National Treasure turns 20 years old this year. Seeing as how I'm recording this on April Fool's Day, and this whole plot sounds like a humongous joke, yeah, sure, why not? Let's talk about it. So the one and only Nicolas Cage stars in this one, of course. He plays historian and codebreaker Ben Gates. He's been searching his whole life for a rumored treasure dating back to the creation of the United States. He joins an expedition led by fellow treasure hunter Ian, played here by Sean Bean, who does not die in this movie. I think that's like the only time in his career one of his characters doesn't die. Gates finds an ice-locked colonial ship in the Arctic Circle that contains a clue linking the treasure to the Declaration of Independence. So get this, he has to try to convince everybody that there's actually a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. And shocker, nobody believes him. That is except for Ian, who betrays him, and Gates actually has to race to steal the document before Sean Bean's character does. Now look, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse here, but this whole concept is so fucking ridiculous. And I actually remember the first time I sat down and watched National Treasure, I was expecting to hate it. But lo and behold, this is a Jerry Bruckheimer production. He also partnered up with Disney to put together Pirates of the Caribbean the year before this. And that turned out to be a massive hit. Now that's not to say that National Treasure holds a candle to the Curse of the Black Pearl, of course not. But I think there's enough fun and enough absurdity in here to actually make National Treasure a very entertaining movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I've rewatched this one a handful of times since the first viewing, and I've gotta admit, it gets more and more entertaining the more I go back and revisit it. Because the movie absolutely knows how ridiculous it is. Like, there is no way that this can be real life. This is absolutely cinematic. But yet, director Jon Turteltaub knows just how seriously to take this. Not to the point where it's completely a tone-deaf movie, but he knows how serious to take this material where the audience can actually suspend its disbelief. Which honestly is the whole point of immersive entertainment like this. Even though I feel like this movie definitely does teeter a little bit too into the ridiculous category in some facets, and there's points where I'm like, okay, none of this could actually happen. Like, come on, this is just ludicrous. Even though this is a 2004 Disney movie, and it does tend to teeter towards the cliches, maybe a little bit too much as it goes with the villain and the betrayal aspect of it all, there's just something so infectious about the energy that's going into this movie. And I think the main facet behind that energy is Nicolas Cage himself. If you would put any other actor in this movie other than Nicolas Cage, this probably would have been a humongous bomb. Like, if you would put Jon Travolta in this movie instead, like, yeah, you probably would have gotten a similar amount of ridiculousness, but there's no way that Jon Travolta would have taken this seriously. Nicolas Cage as this character wants to make you believe that this whole situation could actually happen. And lo and behold, he does his job as an actor in this, certainly. He's super enthusiastic, he is very entertaining to watch, his dialogue is delivered perfectly, I think. I don't want to say that this is the quintessential Nicolas Cage performance and everything like that, especially considering that this man is going through a career renaissance right now. But I think even 20 years later, this movie I don't really think gets enough due credit. Yes, it is really stupid. Yes, I feel like the concept does deserve all the jokes that are being hurled at it. Like, who wouldn't go to prison for stealing the Declaration of Independence? Like, that is a sacred document in United States history. But I think the production team behind this smoke and mirrors the hell out of this. And it's actually a very fun movie to watch if you're into solving puzzles. I'm a huge puzzle guy, so I was so into National Treasure like hook, line, and sinker when I was younger. Unfortunately, I did not go to see National Treasure in theaters. I did watch Book of Secrets in theaters, though, and that was, yeah, that was something. But yeah, I think this is a super entertaining movie. Now, it's not like, it's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. I get that. But I feel like if you enjoy silly adventure movies, if you enjoy Nicolas Cage, if you enjoy the most outside-the-box Disney adventures, then I think National Treasure is at least worth a viewing if you've never seen it before. Believe it or not, I'm going to give National Treasure a B-. This is certainly one to explore and uncover if you've never have. Let me know what you thought of National Treasure if you've seen it down in the comments, if this video inspired you to go and check it out. Because I love discussing all things Disney, all things geeky over here on this channel. If you guys want to keep up to date with all these fun topics and the latest in movies and entertainment, this is a great place to be. So do consider subscribing today, tap on that thumbs up if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon. Y'all are the best. It's going to be an exciting month of April. So with all that being said, back talk, commence.